morning. This is Evan Horkey and Alex Casey at Channel 7 News. A report came in that Miss Hilburn had a tragic death this morning. She died of natural causes. The grandma of a boy named Hiram Hilburn and the wife of Mr. Hilburn. She was known for being a great person who made every meal for Mr. Hilburn and Hiram. Her funeral will be soon, only open to friends and family. In other news, Hilburn's plantation is going strong and helping the community. Also, Ralph and Ronnie are very sad because of the death of Miss Hilburn. As some of you know, she used to make food for them and they really enjoyed her company. Now with Alex with sports.
Today, it was a crazy day for baseball. Let's get started. The Boston Red Sox beat Cleveland at a score of 4-2. Meanwhile, the New York Yankees defeated the Detroit Tigers 7-3. On the other hand, Washington lost to the Kansas City Royals 2-4. St. Louis Cardinals played Philly and won 0-2. Cubs played the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cubs came out with a victory in Wrigley.
Breaking news, a 16-year-old African-American male from Chicago was found floating in the Tallahatchie by a fisherman who was coming to get his catfish. We now have an interview with him.
Hello.
Where was the body exactly?
About over there in the shallow parts of the lake.
How did you know that the body was Emmett Till?
I could barely tell because he had, his face was beaten in and he had a gunshot in his head. But I could tell because he had a ring on his hand.
How was the body not found for so long?
He was tied to barbed wire and a cotton pulley, I think.
How often do you fish?
Pretty frequently.
Do you think this will ever happen again?
Possibly, with all the segregation that's happening here.
What were you doing when you found the body?
I was coming over to check my catfish line to see if I caught anything, and I saw his body floating.
That's all that the fisherman has to say about this terrible, terrible tragedy. Back to you, Evan, in this.
There has been reports that 3 men were at the scene taking Emmett Till from his uncle's Moses Wright house to a car. What was reported that Emmett winked at Miss Bryant at Miss Bryant's store. We asked for an interview, but she declined the offer. The suspects are Mr. Bryant and Mr. Milo. There's supposed to be a third man, but has not been discovered. Because we couldn't get Mrs. Bryant, we would have Andrew Jewell here instead. Andrew, come over here.
Hello.
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, okay?
All right.
First question. Did you know Mr. Bryant and Mrs. Bryant personally?
No, sir, I didn't.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Emmett Till before he died?
Not that I recall of.
Do you believe that they are guilty?
In some ways, yes, but in some ways, no.
What do you personally think about the murder?
I believe that it was wrong to kill Emmett Till because they had no reason to.
Alright. Do you know anyone that will testify today?
No, sir, I do not.
How long have you lived in Greenwood?
About 3 years now.
Do you think this will change the way people think about segregation?
Yes, sir, it will.
Alright, this is Evan Horkin signing off. Back to you, Alex. This is a video of the trial today. The first day was very boring. It was described as just talking about what happened and Judge Rankin was banging his mallet. A lot of people still wonder if this is even real. Did Emmett Till die, or was it just a mishap? Northerners are mad, but some Southerners think that is what he deserved. if this is true or not, it is still still all a sad day and a tragedy. It was reported that the mom of Emmett Till was reported to be here. I was asked for an interview, but she declined. We are still truly shell-shocked about what happened to the young Emmett Till. Alright, I'm Evan Horkey, Channel 7 News. After many days of the trial, it was finished. The defendants were found not guilty. This caused an uproar for Northerners. Southerners, on the other hand, believe it was the right decision. The trial was long and hard, thinking hopefully Judge Schwenko made the right decision. Oh look, there's Judge Schwenko. Judge Schwenko, come here.
Hi.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
No. I mean, yes.
Alright, you ready? We're
Yeah,
here
hold
with
on.
Judge Schwenko. Alright, you ready?
Let me see what I can say on my paper. Okay, I'm ready.
Judge Schwenko, after the trial, how do you feel about this whole situation?
Well, I think it was overall the right decision. After listening to all of the talking, I feel like Brian and Mylon wouldn't do that.
Do you think this will increase the number of trials referring to African Americans?
I think it will, but I hope this never comes up again. I don't like talking about a boy getting slaughtered.
Do you personally think this will lead to the end of segregation?
I don't think that'll end because this is not even real. I think that this could be a step towards it, but not ending it.
Do you think you made the right decision?
Yes.
Why?
I think this because it just didn't make sense for Brian and Mylon would do something like that, like I said before.
How has the trial affected you personally?
It has changed the way I look at segregation. I wish this doesn't come up again, like I said before.
What are your expectations for the courthouse rulings in the years to come?
Well, I don't know what you mean by expectations, but I think that no one will come up and say that a boy was brutally murdered.
Alright, that was Judge Schwenko, and this is Evan Horkey signing off.
Good morning. I hope all of you tuned in are having a great early morning. Today we are here with Mylon. Mylon was one of the men who was accused of beating and killing Emmett Till. He has something that he wants to announce to the public. Okay, Mylon, are you ready?
Yes. I'd first like to say thank you for having me on the show. But Brian is not here because he's busy with store work.
Okay, Mylon, we just wanted to stop you there and ask you a couple of questions.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you feel after getting accused of killing Emmett Till?
Well, here's the thing. Brian and I, well, this is hard to say, but we kidnapped that Till boy and we brought him to the barn and we beat him and then we shot him. Then we tied him to a cotton gin pulley to his dead body corpse with a barbed wire.
Is this real?
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks, Mylon. We'll be back after the break. And that's the WNBC Evening News. For all of us at Channel 7, good night, and we'll see you here tomorrow.